And a big welcome to you and you and you, of course. And my name is Ehi Nakimio. And today we have a very, very special show at hand. Much different from a lot of what we have been doing in the past. And today we are talking about music, and a gentleman who is our guest today. His name is Pete Santos. He lives in Finland. I was about to say Helsinki. Everybody doesn't come from Helsinki that lives in Finland, so my bad. Pete lives in Turku, a really iconic city which I have visited in the past, and it is an amazing city. I'm so jealous that he lives there. But yeah, Pete is going to tell us quite a lot of things about himself today. He's also going to talk about his music. He's also going to talk about, his past, his present, and where he sees himself in the future. And today we're going to be talking about rap music, hip hop music, and music in general, and the hustle in general. So, without much ado, let me just bring the gentleman on the show today. And hello, my brother. How are you doing?
What's up? How you doing? What up?
I'm good. I'm good. So that was a brief intro. It wasn't much. I didn't really want to say much. I am hoping that you would be able to give us the nitty gritty, the inside, the outside, everything to do with Pete Santos. And there's a special reason why I decided, or we've been planning this for quite a while, and today we finally found time to do this. So before I say anything at all, a big thank you, especially for finding time to be here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's just dig into it straight away. And, we have so much to talk about, so much grounds to cover. But before that, I know that a lot of people, the whole world is going through this massive, it's not a heat wave. It is winter, cold everywhere. How are you managing in Turku?
You gotta double up on all your layers, or maybe triple up on all your layers, whatever you need to do to stay warm.
Yep. So, who is Pete Santos?
Well, my name is Pete Santos, and I'm an American currently living in Finland.
Mm,
And I make music. I make all types of music, actually. Hip
mm,
hop, pop, Afro,
yeah.
R&B,
Mm.
soul, some reggaeton.
Wow.
And I'm a singer, rapper, and songwriter. And yeah, I make music that's melodic,
Mm,
fun, real. And yeah, I think those of you out there listening or whoever tunes in will
mm,
definitely feel and dig what I'm doing.
yeah. Oh, you have some Latin background, didn't you? What you speak Spanish?
Something like that. The
Mm,
story is kind of wild. I don't want to go
okay.
into it right now, but
Too
the
deep,
story is
yeah.
kind of wild. But it's Portuguese, sort of, kind
Mm,
of, type of thing. Yeah.
okay. So how did you who found who first? Did music find you first, or did you find music first?
Well, actually, I think music found me. Music has been calling me for a long
Mm,
time. I
yeah.
remember when I was 5 years old, and my mother and I entered a contest, a
Mm,
talent show at my
yeah.
daycare.
Take care.
And
Whoa.
actually, I was four. I'm sorry, I wasn't
Okay.
five. I was four.
Yeah.
Yeah, because kindergarten starts at five.
Mm,
And I, uh, I, me and my mother entered, and we sang a song that Ella Fitzgerald covered,
yeah.
and we won.
Okay.
And I
Wow.
remember winning a red kite
Okay.
for that talent show. And that was
Mm,
the first time that I saw that singing or music
yeah.
reaps a reward.
Mm,
And music has been in and out of my life ever since. And now it's full on.
okay. Where was this? Where did this happen? It's not definitely not in Finland.
No, no, no. This was in Massachusetts. This was in
Okay.
Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Okay. Mm. And you live here now in Finland,
Yes,
in
yes.
in in Turku. Um, how long have you lived here?
I've lived in Finland for almost 16 years, actually for 16 years.
Okay, okay. Mm. And when you compare, I mean, I've never really been. I've been to the U.S. Way back, but when you compare your background, Massachusetts, you said, and the Finnish system, what is there any difference?
Well, I was in Massachusetts when I was 4, but
Okay.
if you want to talk about Massachusetts or the U.S. in general,
Yeah.
there's there's a difference, but then there's not quite so much of a difference. Like,
Mm.
Finland is a Western country,
Yeah.
and things work pretty well here in Finland.
Mm.
In the U.S., it's also a Western country. Things work pretty well. I guess. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, but I guess the big difference
Mm.
is the diverseness of the U.S. compared to the
Okay.
homogeneity
Okay. Yeah.
of Finland.
The Finnish culture. Yeah. Mm.
And that's
Mm.
probably the biggest difference because in the U.S. there's everybody. There's all
Yeah.
types of
Yeah.
ethnic
Yeah.
backgrounds,
Yeah.
cultures, races. I mean,
Mm.
you name it, and it's there.
Yeah. It's all there. So, well, how did you? Okay. You came here several years ago, 16 years ago, and music. Why did you decide to continue? Is it based on the foundation that you had when you were 4, or what were you doing in between 4 and when you started music in Finland?
Well, I mean, I've done a number of things, but I was an
Mm.
athlete for a long time,
Athlete?
and
What kind? We won't
excuse
let
me.
you get away with what kind of athlete?
Well, I was a basketball player,
Okay. Okay.
and I also did some other things. But I actually got seriously into music
Yeah.
7 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when I started to actually 8 years ago. The year
Mm.
turned, so eight
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Okay.
And I started to take music very seriously
Mm.
as something I wanted to have as a career, something I
Yeah.
wanted to do full time and give all my efforts towards.
Okay. Mm. So I know that going the rounds in Finland. I've been in the industry, at least the Finnish entertainment industry, for quite a while. Also, I know that even the local artists, the ones that live here, they struggle, not just financially but production. In the whole industry, it's not as diverse and as rewarding as you would say. What you find in the U.S. or other Western countries. I think you agree with me on that, right?
The It's different here, yes.
Yeah. So what would be your take? What would you say you would need to do, or what would be the yard mark, or what would you say an artist has made it in Finland, for instance?
Well, I can speak for the Finnish artists, the artists
Yeah.
that make music in Finnish.
Mm,
I can't necessarily speak for the artists that make music in English. I myself make music in English,
yeah.
but I haven't made it here. But I can
Mm,
speak for the Finnish artists who make music in Finnish, or the artists who make music in Finnish.
yeah.
And I would just say that the artists that I know that have become successful, they were just consistent. They were
Okay.
consistent with the content,
Yeah.
their musical content, and the artists that I know that became successful,
Mm,
they were willing to take a chance to invest further
okay.
into the music. And what I mean by that is that if it costs an extra 500
Yeah.
to mix an album,
Yeah.
an extra 200 to mix a song,
Mm,
artists that I know that have become successful were willing to put in that extra 200, were willing to put in that extra 500
yeah.
to make sure that their music sounded at that A level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the big difference. Of course, as you make music, you find songwriters if you need songwriters. You get into better studios as your craft gets better
Yeah.
and as you get more finances. But
Mm,
just investing, making the most of your investment by investing what you need to
yeah.
and making the song stand out.
Okay. Mm. So you what is the music or the entertainment scene you are more into hip hop, I guess, because that's something. When you mention Pete Santos, a lot of people say, "Oh, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop." Is that a fair assessment?
No, not at all. When
Mm,
I first started my career, I was
mm,
making hip hop.
okay.
But as I move forward and
Yeah.
learn more about myself and my
Mm,
abilities and my
yeah.
talents,
Yeah.
uh, I sing a lot more than I do rap now.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I make, like I said, I make Afro beat.
Mm,
Afro beat, I guess, could have hip hop elements to it, but I'm mostly
definitely.
singing R&B, pop.
Mm, yep.
Um, so hip hop is still there. Don't get me wrong. For those that are
Okay.
listening, I still
Yeah.
make hip hop, but
Yeah.
I love to sing, and I've always loved to sing. And like I mentioned,
Mm.
when I was 4 years old, me and my mother sang and won that contest.
Oh, so it
So
was
maybe
both
I'm
of you.
just going,
Okay.
huh?
Okay. It was both of you.
Yeah, it's both of me and my mother. So maybe I'm just going back to my
Mm,
roots when I was a
mm,
child
mm.
and developing those talents that I already had that God
Yeah.
already blessed me with, you know?
Yeah. Mm. Okay. So, what is it like performing on stage in Finland? Do you get the kind of, the euphoria, the excitement? Do you get that kind of response when you're on stage in Finland, or do they always question and say, "Okay, what does this guy have to offer?"
Well, as an up and coming artist,
Yeah.
uh, people don't necessarily know me.
Okay.
And some of them may have heard about me,
Yeah.
or before they see me perform, they look me up. If they look at the if they look at who's on the bill for
Yeah.
performing,
Mm,
but people don't exactly know me. So
mm,
a lot of times when I perform, when I start off my set, I get the
mm.
blank look.
Okay.
And as I get through my set,
Yeah.
people start to move, people start to dance if it's in a
Yeah.
club,
Mm,
clap, whatever they do, and they start to listen to what I'm telling them to do
yeah.
during the song.
Mm.
So Finland is actually easier,
Okay. Wow.
or what I can say is they're not as relentless on you as in
Okay.
the US. Because in the US, if people aren't feeling you,
You're done.
if they don't know who you are, they'll boo
Mm.
you. They'll throw stuff
Straight
at
away.
you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I've seen
Yeah.
it hasn't happened to me yet because I haven't performed in the US, which I plan to do soon. But I
Yeah.
haven't performed in the US, but I've
Mm.
seen it before. I've seen it happen.
Okay. Yeah.
And if your skin is not thick,
Yep.
that might be the last time you ever sing a rap.
Okay. Um, there's so much more that we need to talk about, but there's one project. At least this is how I discovered you. Well, no, I didn't discover, but someone introduced a mutual friend of ours, Aria Arai, Mama Aria, like she's fondly called. So she talked about you and said, "Hey, there's this amazing artist that I would like for you to meet and talk to." We haven't really met in person, but online we have been, going back and forth for quite a while. So there's a project that you have in Turku, which comes up February. It's on the 27th, I think, if I
Yes, it
remember.
is.
So your portion of the project. So the entire project is called Say It Loud, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's in celebration of the African American experience, if that's correct.
Yes.
Just
Black American History
black
Month. In the
black
US, it's
American
Black
the
History Month, but here we
uh,
at yeah.
okay, so the Black History Month, that's what it is. So that's the general celebration. That's what drives that particular project. So that's what it is, and it aptly fits into your background. Do you still find? I mean, you've lived here 16 years. Do you still find those traits, those things that you used to have, or has it kind of faded away over time, or what does it feel like? Do you still feel that you fit into that category, you're able to represent that ideology which this project is about over the years, or do you still need to dig in and try to figure it out as time?
Well, um,
That's a deep one, isn't it?
it is, and I'll give you the short.
Okay.
Uh, I'm American. I'm always gonna
Yeah.
be American. It's embedded in me, and I'm
Yeah.
African American.
Yeah.
And how I was raised and how America sees me and how I see myself in America will always be with me wherever I go.
Okay.
So Black History Month is great here in
Mm.
Finland to
Yeah.
show people what it is to be an African American, the different
Mm.
history and culture that we have in America, and also to represent all people who are
Yeah.
Black or colored.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I think African American or Black History Month is a great month to have and to represent here in Finland. And
Mm.
yes, I feel African American, Black American wherever I go. Even
Okay.
still now after living here for the time that I've lived here.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you intend to do on that day in Turku? It's happening in Turku. It's been done here in Helsinki before. She has organized it in Helsinki before, but now Turku, everything seems to be happening in Turku. I must confess, so many amazing things, and
You
I
gotta
guess
move.
you understand. I'm thinking about it right now. You guys are taking all the action out of Helsinki, so Turku is where everything is happening. So give us something. Tell us what's going to happen on for the
Well,
entire project. Yeah,
yes, I'm leading a rap workshop,
yeah,
and I can tell a little bit about it
yeah.
during the
Go ahead.
rap workshop, and it'll be
Mm,
at the Turku Library, the main library downtown Turku.
okay.
And you can see the time. I believe it starts at 6 o'clock, 5 or 6
Yeah.
o'clock.
Mm,
And yes, at 5 o'clock. And the workshop will give people the opportunity to listen to music and to write a verse or a hook.
ooh.
And it can be whatever the person, whoever's doing the hook or the verse, writing the music wants to do.
Mm,
And it'll give them the opportunity to make a rap song or a part of a rap song.
on the
And
fly.
we'll also talk about a little bit about the history of rap. We'll watch a video about the history of rap as well. So you can
Mm,
get introduced and indoctrinated into what you're going to do.
yeah.
And then at the end of the workshop, we're going to all go over our verses and
Mm,
perform them if you have the
oh.
courage to. I would like you to. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh my days,
And
that's tough.
that's part of the workshop. But I want you to
Yeah.
come so you can see everything
Mm,
that we're going to do. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a good time. It's going to be a lot of
mm.
fun.
Okay. Let's have a bit of a rap battle, me and you. Okay.
Nah.
Old school versus new school. What do you think? How do you weigh both rap schools?
Well, I think there is no old school because rap always evolves.
Okay. I like that.
And when it evolves, there's always people that attach to what's new,
Mm,
people that maintain what's older.
yeah.
And then as time progresses, people go back to what was older.
Mm,
So you hear like rappers that just came into the game
yeah.
doing styles and cadences that were
Yeah.
back from maybe the 80s or the 90s.
True.
So there's
True.
nothing to me personally, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, there's nothing really old school because it all cycles.
Yeah.
And that's how I
Constantly
feel about it.
evolving. Yeah. Constantly evolving, I guess. Yeah. So let's look at I mean you will be giving the workshop, right?
Yes.
What about hip hop rap in Finland? What's your take on that?
Hip hop rap in Finland. Wow. It is definitely changed a lot over the
Mm,
time that I've been here.
yeah. How?
Uh Most of the hip hop that I was aware of, at least on the
Mm,
radio and different outlets that I heard it from, Finnish hip hop,
yeah.
was, in my opinion, and of course someone else can chime in, please chime in and correct me, but it was more popish. Like a lot of the rap that would be popular would be pop type of rap, uh, with Finnish pop style beats.
Okay.
But now in 2024,
Yeah.
and of course with the emergence of trap and different things,
Mm,
uh, you hear a lot of different styles of hip hop
Mm.
and that are popular, that people like, that people stream, that you actually hear on the radio.
Do you know any? Could you mention any names that you would on your own listen to?
Yeah,
What up?
I like eBay.
Okay.
I like what's his name? Average Kid Luke.
Okay. Oh, I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, Average Kid Luke is nice. He does it in
Mm.
English and in Finnish.
Okay.
I like him a lot. I like
Okay.
he fits the pockets very well.
Yeah.
Uh, who else? There's a lot of dudes out there.
There's Ege Zulu.
Ege Zulu, yeah, Ege
Yeah.
Zulu. I like Ege
Mm.
Zulu. I like Touristy,
Turusti. Yeah.
Touristy.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, there's a lot of
So
dudes out there.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So they do measure up when it comes to the overall uh template or format. You would give them a pass.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah. So they get the job done. Okay. So moving forward,
Mhm.
what is in the future for Pete Santos as an artist, as a you are a well-rounded artist. You're not just boxed into hip hop. You're able to evolve as based on the kind of talent that you're blessed with. So, what is in the future for Pete Santos?
Well, I uh, I just want to say that you're gonna see me.
Okay,
You're gonna see me. You're gonna know me, and you're gonna know a lot more about me. And it'll be tangible. It'll be something that you can't help to notice. And that's all I'll say for right now.
wow, that is brave. That is bold. That is definitely commitment right there. Yeah, I definitely believe that you have a lot in store. Like we had other conversations before now about that. But what as you've talked about what you're going to do. What would be the biggest drawback? What would be a hindrance? What would stop you from achieving uh you know this that you aim for? What would be the things that would stand in your way, and how do you overcome them?
Well, for me,
Yeah.
there's nothing that stands in my way,
Mm.
and I will achieve it,
Yeah.
and it will happen.
Mm. I mean, basically, you have been, within that space for a couple of years now. Have you had any major challenges that you think you have been able to decipher and understand to move forward?
The largest challenge, or the challenge that I've had here in Finland, I'll talk about here in Finland,
Yeah.
is making music in English,
Oh, okay.
and not and making music in English, and no one knowing to do what to do with someone who makes music in English, who has a talent at it.
Okay. Mm.
But that will be no longer be a challenge.
Okay. I'm guessing language might not be the only reason, because I know that a lot of hip hop artists and other artists within Finland, they do perform and sing in English. I don't think language is the only barrier or the only gateway to the kind of crowd that you're looking for.
Mhm.
You had said something about putting in the extra to get the kind of production that you're looking for. I understand that a lot of young artists that have like immigrant backgrounds, they also struggle. Do you think that's a factor?
Money is definitely a factor in music. Artists are the last ones to eat.
Mm,
Everybody else in the food chain eats first before the artist.
yeah.
So money is a big decider
Mm,
in who does what and how they do what they do.
mm, okay. So money boils down to that.
Finances,
Yeah.
investment.
Mm. Would it be that it's more difficult for, the English speaking community within the entertainment space? Do you think it's more difficult for them to get access to the kind of financing that is required to move forward?
Well, I think it could be difficult for everyone, the Finnish speakers and the English
Mm.
speakers.
Okay.
Uh, and finances is one of the reasons is one can be one of the reasons why it takes so long to get on.
Mm. Okay. Mm.
Uh, but of course, everyone has their own journey,
Yeah.
and everyone has their own methods and what time needs to catch them for them to get
Yeah.
on. For
Mm. Okay. Mm. So, I do know that Turku is the Turku scene. A lot of people say that the best artists come from Helsinki. Doesn't matter what background you are. Is that correct? Is that a fair assessment?
uh,
Come on, brother. You
not. I'm trying to
no.
figure out how I want to say this, but not what I got cooking.
Oh my
Not
days,
what I
man.
got cooking.
Wow, check this brother out. So much confidence. I like it. I like it. I like it. Tell me what you've got cooking. Reveal to
Look,
us. Give us the exclusive at this very point in time.
I released an album called The Line
Yep.
earlier, towards the end of last year.
Yep.
And if you want to hear good music,
Yep.
go check out Pete Santos, Pete Santos, for those of you that speak Finnish.
Yep.
Pete Santos on Spotify. Check out the Align album.
Okay.
And when you hear it
Mm.
and you save those songs and you put those songs in your playlist,
Yep.
just remember who I am and remember it keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. So it's like Turku, I currently live here.
Yep.
We got it going on.
Nice.
There's a lot of
Nice.
artists, there's a lot of talented artists that are
Mm.
doing their thing here
Yep.
and that are representing.
Yep.
And I don't know if they're claiming Turku like they should. I believe they are.
Yep.
But yeah, we got talent here.
Yeah, nice one. Nice one. So that's Pete Santos. Go check him out on Spotify. Do you have any videos on YouTube and places that we can check and see where you are?
Yes, I do. Put in Pete Santos, Pete Santos on YouTube, and you'll find videos of me, music videos, and different content. Yeah, I think you'll like what you see.
Nice one. So we will keep being supporting Pete Santos. So go ahead and check out Pete Santos on Spotify, on YouTube, and all the major platforms. He's also on IG, and you're on TikTok, I guess, right?
On IG, TikTok, and Facebook. Yes.
You name it, he is there. So Pete Santos, and support this brother. And in February, make sure the entire Turku, you have to be at the library on the 27th, starting from 5 p.m. That's the main Turku library, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you are going to be hosting, organizing, or presenting a workshop about rap, about hip hop, about being a lyricist, and it's very poetic, and it is also a celebration of culture, not just the culture of the Black American history, taken from the Black American History Month, but also celebrating culture in a big way when you're talking about literature and creativity, I guess, right?
And hip hop culture includes everybody.
Everybody. So make sure you're there on the 27th, Turku Library. We're all going to be there. We'll continue to give out more information about the entire project because it is very, very important. And, Pete, at this point, I'd like to say a big thank you for being a part of today's finding time to be a part of today's show. We will be talking to you again soon. Next time, we'll mostly be focusing on the music because I know that you have quite a lot coming up. So we will be focusing mostly on the music, and we'll continue to follow you and spread the word about Pete Santos. So thank you very much, my brother.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the platform
Yeah.
and all the people out there. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you at the rap workshop. And also, I look forward to hearing your feedback when you hear the Align album and everything else I got going on Spotify and all the other platforms as well as YouTube. All right.
All right, man. Brother, man. Thank you very much. Peace out.
Thank you.
And that's him. That's Pete Santos right there. We will be talking to him again quite soon, so don't you worry. But if you want to find out what he's been up to, what he has done, when it comes to music, especially the music, then you need to go check him out on Spotify. And that is Pete Santos. You'll find him on Spotify. You'll find him on YouTube, IG, all the major platforms. He is there, and that's one place that you can get to listen to his music and send him a message, give him some feedback, and support this brother as he continues to build his repertoire when it comes to music. And on that note, a big thank you to you and you out there for being a part of today's show, for following us through. And thank you also for checking out the replay, because we will relay this again on different platforms. And you can make your comments there if you're not able to join us right here, right now on the live. And on that note, thank you. See you guys soon. Bye.